Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it.
Shouldn't be that hard, but it's Madden for you, though. It'll find a way.
Lachlan Edwards has it on the tee and ready to go. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
All right, let's see what he come out in.
They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He's going to stay in there, too.
Now McNair. He'll buy some time.
Got him.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here in the game's opening drive. McNair to throw. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play?
And
they responded to the challenge. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norms. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they? And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mariota on the catch. It's Crowder. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The new acquisition, Martellus Bennett, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Call
it a gain of 4.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Here's Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. 4th down, Mariota. On the right side, caught by Green. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They go play action. Mariota. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap. Like my dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure if he would have gotten his feet in.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not crush.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stops right there.
This is turning into a bit of a death march here. The 13th play of this drive. It's Coleman here, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tevin Coleman taking it in. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carolina getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. Now McNair. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's out this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the 1st half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's
picked off.
Man. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception,
got absolutely nothing, and they're going to give him everything.
A little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So with that, we come upon the 2-minute warning here on the NFL on EA Sports. Now McNair looking for a 1st down throw. Completion left side to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw, McNair. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Braxton Miller.
You stay in this same defense, he gonna pay
for the
you.
touchdown. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happened. This is Coleman. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Mariota, escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. What are you going to do with the football?
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first. And quickly they get to the line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. Mariota now on second down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Here's Coleman. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A first down throw for Mariota. And complete on the right side.
Hold him right there. He ain't going nowhere.
Down to the 47 here. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And now it's second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
will see the pistol here. To throw is Mariota. Crowder's got it over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people
trash, man. You see this?
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Flushed out that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
That's the type of play there that puts a defense in a stress. Marcus Mariota on the run. You don't know whether he's going to take it downfield or throw the footballs we just saw there. And boy, was he accurate with that one.
And you know, the Oregon coaches offered him a scholarship without ever seeing him start a game because they saw him in camp. They saw plays like that, offered him.
He didn't start very much in high school, but he started a lot once he got to Oregon.
Now a carry for Blunt. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Another pistol look here. Mariota now to throw on first down. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles Johnson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third line.
Man, this leg, this dude
10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now Mariota on 4th down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he...
That's all you gonna do is leg, bro. Yeah.
From 8 yards out, and the Raiders have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
So trash, man.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Halftime can't even pick a play.
Second down, McNair. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want
you see this.
A bigger body guy who can handle him physically.
And no escaping
leg. That's all I got.
Now. They got him for a sack. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often...
Man, screw this leg.